This is John, who plays Diego, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Die by the Sword podcast. I want to give a shout out to the guys over at Midnight Syndicate. You can check out their music over at midnightsyndicate.com. And we'd also like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes for the wonderful ambient sound throughout the world. You can check them out at youtube.com/Sword Coast Soundscapes. And you can check out our website at diebytheswordpodcast.com. You can connect to everybody in the community on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to find us. And you can also contact us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to leave a great review wherever you listen to us. Now, let's get into this episode.
Happy post 4th of July, everyone.
Hey, America.
So now, are we sure it's the 5th? I can have a 5th right now? Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, getting right back on the horse. I like it.
Here's my chip. Take it away. All right. Sorry.
Oh, my.
I'm joking, people. I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys do anything? Because it fell on a Tuesday, which is weird.
It was.
Yeah, so I actually had to, I had the weekend obviously off, and then I had to work on the 3rd, and then I had the 4th off, and then had to come back to work, and I was like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Who thought this out? Thank you, human resources. You're the greatest. It's so frustrating to have, the weird day on, and then, immediately go right back to work. It's like, who are we kidding here?
Agreed.
I got to work from home today, so it's not as bad. But this whole week, it's like work, off, work from home, go to office, and then work from home again because they're doing repairs on the building.
Oh, fun.
So this is just a weird week.
Yeah, I started off Monday. I had to work Monday as well. And I sent an email, and I got 50 bounces back of, out of office. I said, I'm the only one here. Great. Lovely.
Yeah, I was going to say I took off yesterday or Monday so that I have a 4-day weekend. So,
Ooh, very nice. That's a smart way to do it.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
Because I have all these floating holidays that I don't know what to do with them. That would have been a perfect time to use one of them.
Yes, that would have been fantastic. Yeah. Because it was nice. Because, I agree with him. It's just weird to come back. Because on that Monday, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to work.
I did not. No.
I didn't really do much. No.
Right.
It's funny.
Well,
I was actually off on Monday.
So you did have a 4-day weekend.
Me? No. It's funny. I was actually off on Monday, but I worked on Tuesday.
You worked on Tuesday?
Yeah, because we had a patriotic pops concert.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to talk about Miss Texas.
Ooh, okay. So that was a something also. I worked that as well on the previous week leading up to it.
Oh,
How was that?
It was, the people are really nice that work for Miss Texas, and their patrons are usually pretty nice as well, surprisingly. Because I thought they were going to be, when they first started coming to us, I thought they were going to be a little more high maintenance, but they're not. They're great. It's just an exhausting week because of how much is involved with the show and all that stuff. So it could be worse. They could be awful, and it could be exhausting.
Do you guys do a office pool on who's going to win?
No, but I think I showed you the one contestant that we've rooted for several years in a row.
Maybe. I'm forgetting.
I'll find it and I'll drop it in the chat because I don't know if I should say it on the podcast.
No, my question is, how do they break it up in the Miss Texas thing? Do they break it up into counties? I mean, that'd be 155 contestants.
Yeah, it's actually by city, so it's like a bunch of major cities. Gary saw it. It's the fourth runner-up, and I was like, how do you say? I was like...
That sounds like a drag name.
Yeah.
No, wow.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do remember that.
Okay.
uh,
And so that's from 2016, but she was in it for like quite a few years.
just never could get to the top.
No matter.
Exit was
Never
always
mind.
premature.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's too fast. Too fast. And no, we cannot say her name. Just no.
Yeah, I was gonna leave it up to you guys if you want.
I mean,
I'm
we
gonna leave
could,
it alone.
but
That's-
I think it's more fun
Yeah.
to have the listeners guess what the name was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you feel in industrious, go look it up.
Yeah, there you go. Resources are out there.
Yes, you can laugh as well.
Well, yeah. I guess if everyone's rooting for the same person, you can't really have a pool.
No,
I know
yeah.
when we did the Clyburn, I had them do a pool. This past one.
Although rooting for that one, you could have a pool.
What happened?
Said rooting for that one, you could have a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Was it
I don't know.
monetary?
I gave him a little something.
Gross.
I'm gonna get called into HR. Thank you, Gary.
Well, you're now the 5th runner-up.
So do we go from there?
Well, did anybody do anything exciting for the 4th? That was pre-4th for me, and then leading into the 4th. But yeah, did y'all do anything exciting?
Saw the new Indiana Jones movie.
How was that?
Actually, really good. I really enjoyed it. It felt like
Okay.
an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, I will say. So
What
I
I'm-
actually saw it as well over the weekend. I feel like it delivered on the promise of an Indiana Jones movie, like
Mhm.
rather than like what was it, Crystal of the Skull or something like that. And I was
Yeah,
like, that
Getting the
wasn't
Crystal
it.
Skull.
But this one, like every plot beat hit its mark. It was really good.
I never saw the Crystal Skull one because everybody said how bad it was and like, do not sully
trash.
what you know of Indiana Jones with it. So I never did, but I do want to see this one.
I haven't
I mean, it's
heard
it
super
has
things.
it has some plot points that are brought back into this one, like some family tie-ins and stuff like that. But
What about the refrigerators
Short
and
round.
the nuclear bomb?
Oh yeah.
Yes, the one where he should have died. No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
no, we ignore that part.
Okay. and yeah, they should have got short round because he's just blowing up. He's got his Oscar and everything.
mhm.
Yeah.
If they do a 6, I don't think they will, but maybe he'll be in the 6th one.
Well, I think if they do future ones, they may change it a little, as you can see from this.
Yeah. It wouldn't be him. It would be following somebody else.
I will say though that like I feel like some just like IPs just like need to die. Like we don't necessarily need like everything to like continue on and on and on and just like rehash like the same sort of like characters and whatnot. It's like it would be okay, if Indiana Jones stopped with Harrison Ford. It's like we don't need to permanently drag things out and beat the dead horse.
Why were you looking at Star Wars when you said that?
He was looking at 007.
At least with
I mean,
007, that's a code name, so it can be anybody coming in at any time, different stories, whatever. That's just a code name.
This is true.
Oh,
Is
I like
that
the
canon?
Lord
I
theory.
thought that was
But yeah.
The thing that I will say that I appreciate about Star Wars, though, is that like they are sort of like expanding beyond like the core characters. Like it's no longer like just like the Skywalker family. It's like, okay, now we're going to do like Rogue One. Now we're going to do all these other things. Yeah, we're going to retread the Han Solo storyline or whatever. But it's like, okay, the Mandalorian. We're progressing beyond just this sort of narrow slice of storytelling within the universe. I can appreciate that. I can respect it.
yeah. I think it's when it's been at its best lately.
I've one of the people I work with has gone through a Star Wars journey She's just watched everything that she can, and it's neat to see it through someone else's eyes who have just picked it up. But sometimes she asks questions like, I don't know why they did that. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it would make sense if they did this, but
A lot of it can be answered by because it looked cool or because George Lucas didn't know where it was going when he first started.
Space magic. Answer is space magic.
Yes. Well, a lot of it is, we're winging it at this point, and so let's go with it.
I had this dream that this happened. I don't know why, but it did.
It's like, oh, why in the original does Obi-Wan say that Yoda was his teacher when it clearly was Qui-Gon?
Right.
But did Keith, did you do anything?
I actually co-hosted a pool party with. I was the hamburger and weenie man.
Oh,
I know it's a big responsibility,
man.
but yeah, we did like a potluck at a friend's house who had a pool, so we hosted kind of the food part, and they hosted the pool party part. So it was a lot of
Very
fun.
nice. So you were working the grill, or does
Yeah.
that mean something else for you that I don't know about?
no, it's actually hamburgers and weenies. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we tried to use. He had a Traeger, and we tried to use that for the hamburgers and hot dogs, and it didn't quite put the char on them. Like especially hot dogs. I really want like a little black on them, a little bit cooked too much. But yeah, you couldn't get it hot enough to really get that char on them. But I mean, they still tasted fantastic. They just didn't have that on them.
Oh.
No grill marks.
Right, and we threw some veggies on there too, and you get that black stuff on the veggies too.
Ooh,
And it
yeah.
makes them better, but it's still the same thing. We couldn't get it that far, and we didn't want to overcook them. So
Yeah.
but it was a great time. People brought some really good sides and stuff. We had potato salad. We had a 5-fruit salad. We had a cucumber like dill. It was kind of like a soup, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people just bringing all these crazy stuff. But they were really good.
Ooh, man, I will go nuts for some potato salad.
Yes, love it. But I'm concerned about the person who brought soup to a summer barbecue.
I mean, they said,
gazpacho.
I mean, it was so soupy, but it had like cucumbers and dill and red onions in it, I think.
I'm out.
See, that's what I
Are
said.
you sure they didn't just bring pickles?
Clean out their
and call it a
fridge.
soup?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. It kind of looked like pickles and melted ranch is kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, no, it's cleaning out the fridge.
Oh.
Melted
Yeah,
ranch.
as well.
Wait, what's solid
Yeah.
ranch? And is there a gas ranch?
Right, gelatinous ranch.
Ooh.
Plasma ranch.
Plasma
Yeah.
ranch.
Step back. There's going to be a hot ranch.
It's like those things that the bodybuilders use where they sniff or whatever. You got a ranch flavored one. You're like,
Poppers. What?
Oh yeah, poppers.
but ranch flavored.
Yeah.
Ranch flavored.
But
Totally different thing.
Extra tangy.
I'm sorry, VHS cleaner.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes, be appropriate
Right.
for all those people who still have VHS recorders. Both of us.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I did for
Uh,
a while.
Actually, left it at Kristenwood.
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
One in the closet
Had
that my
some
wife
of-
keeps trying to get rid of, but I'm a pack rat, so I won't let it go.
I might need it.
Yeah.
I might want to watch Aladdin, on my VHS recording.
Where are you going to get
Yeah.
that guy going? Now for your feature presentation in that
Mhm.
tinny orchestral sting.
Yeah, when's the last time you've seen an FBI warning?
Not on Disney Plus.
What's that monster?
That's Teddy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're doing with it.
Wasn't John. Not this time.
Yeah, sorry.
Oddly, mine were really quiet, and I don't know how that they're
Oh.
doing.
Now they're going.
Yeah, as I say, They heard you talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this, but they're sniffing my shoes.
They smell the door.
Yes, that's what it is. In case people are wondering, the door is a bar. I just actually left a bar and had to do a mad dash back here. So it was Mad Kitty driving. And yes, before anybody says anything, it's my softball team is the Thunder Kitties. So yes, I play a kitty while playing softball and here as well.
Yes. Can you imagine him in like a cat suit out there at first base coaching?
That
Oh my God.
sounds like misery. Like, okay, so have you all ever been to like S4 on like a Friday? Because like every once in a while, like S4 on a Friday night, it'll just be like packed with like people in like full on like fursuits, and it is the most. It's one of those things where you're just like, I feel like I'm the odd one out here because I'm definitely like not part of this crowd. It is wild.
Yeah, I'm usually only at S4 on Thursdays.
I haven't been there in a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm there for cornhole.
Yeah.
Right.
Please don't make me
Lots
have
of people are.
Oh, stepped into that one.
I didn't know they had a furry night, but
I don't even think it's like an official furry night. I think it's just sort of like an unofficial like someone posted on a bulletin board that's like, hey guys,
on Fridays
all,
we wear
grab your fursuit and come to we're all heading to S4 on this particular, like, where it's like, where everyone will sort of coordinate like, oh, we're going to go to like this dive bar, and then like 50 people show up and like the dive bar is like, whoa, what is going on here? It sort of feels like that, where it's like somebody else organized it and didn't necessarily let all the other patrons know.
Gotcha.
You've been mobbed.
It's like
Right,
a flash
exactly.
mob, yeah.
Yes, exactly. You've been fur
First
mobbed.
furry event.
As an owner, that'd be great if that happened. Like 50 people show up at my dive bar. As a manager, that would piss me the hell off.
Yes.
And as a regular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, as the manager, like, y'all couldn't have given me a heads up. Like, I would have
Mhm.
brought extra staff. Now we're going to be short staffed. Now everyone's going to be waiting for line for drinks. But yeah, it's still, quite the experience to see, 24 furries walk into the bar, and you're just like, whoa, I was definitely not expecting this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I did
in
not get
summer
the memo.
too. Oh,
I was gonna
they
say
could
it's gotta
ring
be
that thing
hot.
out at the end of the night.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
It's gonna be expensive to clean it, I would think.
It's that dry clean only.
I was going to say.
How do you
oh.
how do you take that to a dry cleaner?
Nah, man, just Febreze the inside of it. Just Febreze. That's all you need. What are you trying to do here?
It's just like, oh, I'm a mascot for the local high school football team.
You and 27 other people.
Don't look at the costume too close.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Don't lift up the
decimal
tail.
crotch is for,
Yeah.
The suit should actually have personal air conditioning devices.
Now by like the inflatable ones, because they kind of do. They have the fan circulating inside.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
is
have
that
always
a
wanted to
furry
wear one of
suit
those
or a
dinosaurs.
sumo wrestler? Or the dinosaurs, yes.
Because the dinosaur one, yeah.
I've got the giant ballerina one.
Of course you
Wait.
do.
You own one?
Doesn't everyone have a costume closet?
John secretly admitting that he's actually one of the furries at S4 on Friday night right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "What? Fridays? They come in?
Oh.
That's crazy."
You mean every third Friday? Every month? Oh yeah. No, I totally have not heard of that.
Never been there. Don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a tuxedo cat, it's probably John.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Well, yeah. I don't know how to segue yet into the show.
Speaking of John as a cat,
Or something scaly. We have a new...
Yeah. Speaking of furries, I don't know.
Speaking of animals, we have a couple, and we have a new one.
So yeah. So last week we were joined by Daniel, who is playing our new Porkchop character, which we didn't really go into detail of like what Porkchop looks like and what his race is and all that. I think we might have mentioned his race at one point, but so yeah. Daniel, you want to give a little description of Porkchop? Just a little basic one. We can get into more later, but
yeah, sure. So I sort of estimate he's like maybe like 3.5 feet, maybe 4 feet tall. He's definitely on the shorter side. If you put him next to the average human, he's definitely sort of like that midway point to maybe a little bit chest high, depending. But yeah, so let's see. I think the art shows him as having sort of a typical, what would you say, like a what are they called, like a poison dart frog or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got sort of like the typical like green skin, like yellow underbelly sort of look. But he is a cleric for, is it the goddess Sarenrae? So, he's sort of decked out in sort of minimal cleric gear. Actually, let's see what that was. I've actually forgotten that I have a character sheet in front of me, so I can tell you exactly what he's wearing technically. Does it actually? Oh, yeah, gear right there. There we go. Well, according to this, he's not wearing any gear. No, it just says an artisan's outfit. But so he's
got scale mail on too.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So he's got that going for him. He also carries with him a mace, as per the cleric tradition. He's also got a blow dart with him, so that he can sort of do his thing. But for the most part, he's actually sort of on the more timid side. So he doesn't necessarily want to get involved with the combat directly. He's much more interested in caring for others more than himself, to be honest. But he definitely believes that sort of like his like meaning in life is sort of like contributing to like other people's success, and that's how he sort of like derives his own sort of like personal fulfillment. But sort of more importantly, like as a cleric of Sarenrae, he's definitely more interested in sort of like guiding those who are sort of like misguided or lost in his eyes, as to like you're lost on the path of no longer worshiping Sarenrae. So I'm going to try and guide you back into her holy light. And so that's sort of like what he's really focused on.
Oh, he's one of those. Okay.
Do what? Yeah.
He's one of
those. He's one of those. He's a little bit of a religious enthusiast, we'll say, not necessarily fanaticism.
Have you heard the good news?
Right. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Sarenrae? But yeah, that's what's up with him.
Very cool. Well,
so how do Porkchop and I always want to call you Zap, Porkchop and Thwip.
Right.
How's that dynamic in your opinion?
So the way that Porkchop remembers how things played out, I'm sure Thwip has his own version of the story. The way that Porkchop remembers is Porkchop was doing his goodly deeds in his homeland, feeding the hungry and clothing the people needing clothes. And one day, or rather one night, Porkchop goes to bed and he has this sort of vivid dream, this vivid lucid dream in which Sarenrae actually comes to him and says, "Hey, you're going to meet someone. This person is so misguided and so absolutely lost that you are going to be their personal dedicated shepherd to get them back onto the path." And, Porkchop, how could he say no? When the goddess appears in your dream and says, "This person." Well, sure enough, the very next day, Porkchop actually nearly gets run over by a carriage, and the carriage driver stops and pulls over and checks on Porkchop, and the person inside of the carriage, Thwip, pops out and says, "What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you throw yourself in the way of my carriage?" And from that moment, sort of like a light bulb over the head moment, Porkchop was like, "This guy is totally misguided." So from then on, he was like, "All right, I got to follow with this guy wherever he goes, and I got to make sure that he's actually, try and steer him back onto the right path." But whenever he introduced himself, his real name, Porkchop's real name is Ribber Hop. That's Ribbor, last name Hop, Haup. But whenever he said Ribber Hop, Thwip heard Porkchop and just rolled with it. And at this point, Ribber feels so compelled and so embarrassed about having never corrected him that he's just like, I guess my name is Porkchop now. So, whatever I got to do to follow the goddess's direction and, stick with this guy, if he calls me Porkchop, I guess that's my new name for the moment. We'll just see how this plays out.
I would love it if this was the wrong person. It was just actually someone down the road a little bit.
Right. It was actually the carriage driver.
No, you haven't met him yet. He's going to be showing up. And it's like,
right.
That's what you were supposed to do.
Right. But yeah, so that's Porkchop in a nutshell, as far as he remembers it. But again, memories differ as to exactly what the origin story is. But yeah,
I like it. In fact,
Yeah, that's great.
because it's a cool backstory that you came up with really quickly. Hero card.
Hero card.
Ooh.
This is his first hero card, you guys.
It's your first hero card.
Heck yeah.
all right.
Right off the bat.
Figured you need one since everybody else should have at least one somewhere.
Hold on, but how this is going to be awkward because Serenre's not giving him these hero cards. It's another goddess.
That's true. So, hero cards are things that I give out that it's like an actual deck of cards.
Fancy.
It's kind of like tarot cards, but in Pathfinder it is a hero card. And with these, the way we're working them into the story is the goddess Pharasma has kind of blessed the party, and she eventually gives these boons out for good deeds or good role play or anything like that.
Gotcha. All right.
So
Or do they each do something uniquely different, or is it like sort of just like stacking effects of the same type?
there are 6 suits, I believe, 6, and each suit does something different.
Gotcha.
So you can turn these in to get whatever bonus that is. So, and before I draw your card, I will go over those suits again once I find them, because let's see.
Is this something I need to sort of mark separately off of away away from Hero Lab, or within Hero Lab can also contain this?
You can put it in, yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the notes section or whatever. So the way the hero cards work, they are connected to the player, not the character. So if for some reason you ended up not playing Porkchop in the future, but you still had a hero card, that hero card would transfer to a new character.
Ah, interesting. All right.
Okay. Then
I love the dedication to like the pen and paper method, though. Like for those not able to see, obviously Phillip held up a little, quite literally a scrap of paper that had what he needed to know on there.
Well, when we were actually playing in person, I could actually hand out the cards.
Oh, gotcha.
So you could turn in the card, but now I have the cards, and you have to keep track of what you have. All right.
The tough part is actually using them and remember you have them.
Right.
Yeah. And we also have group cards. The one that I held up is a group card, so we all have to agree to use it if it's going to be used.
Yep.
So the group cards will have a very specific thing that they do to them that's only for that one card. It doesn't matter what the suit is or whatever, it's that card specifically. But the suits for the individual cards, you've got hammers, which is strength based. So if you turn that one in before a roll is made, it grants you a +8 luck bonus on any D20 roll. You can also use it after you've made the roll and get a +4. But if you do it before you roll, it's +8. After is +4. That is the only one that you can actually turn in for another player as well. So that one, if you want to give John a +8 on his attack or whatever, or a +4 on his attack, you can do that one. If you use it for somebody else to aid another, the bonuses are halved. So it's +4 and +2. But for yourself, it's +8 or +4. The next suit is keys. That is dexterity based. You can turn in a keys card to take your turn immediately. So you basically jump in the initiative order. You just go right then. Shields is a constitution based card. You can spend a shields card on your turn to gain an additional standard or move action. So it's like having haste, basically. Books is intelligence based. You can spend a books card to recall a spell you have already cast or to gain another use of a special ability that is otherwise limited. And then stars is wisdom based. If you feel stuck at some point in the adventure, you can spend a stars card to petition the GM for a hint about what to do next. And the last one is crowns, is charisma based. You may spend a crown card to re-roll any 1d20 roll you just made. You must take the result of the second roll, even if it's worse. So that's what those are. The weird thing about these cards so far is every time we have drawn one, it has fit into the story with whatever the card is. Just randomly. I shuffle these each time and I draw it, and it just happens to fit whatever the situation is.
Like uncannily fit.
Right, so the heart of the cards are guiding us.
Yes, the heart of the cards. Love that, by the way.
Right. So what I will do is, since these are a story-driven thing, I will draw your card, keep it secret, and then somehow reveal it in gameplay of where you find it. Okay. So speaking of gameplay, who remembers what else happened last time?
We finally beat that manipulative little light monster that took advantage of poor little Genny.
Did it take advantage?
The victim.
That's definitely a way of saying it. Yeah.
Genny and Thwip. Thwip was also taken advantage of.
Yeah, but Thwip wasn't doing something stupid like trying to free it.
Don't free the monsters. Should make that our mantra now.
That's just good advice in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if you want to unleash the beast? Is that the same thing?
Is this relating back to your
Saturday morning
prize?
To S4? Oh, that's what they should call it.
Yeah.
Who says we don't? I mean, they don't.
Oh.
So we're
I
also
believe we're still in the middle of the I think we were in the cave. We found some treasure, some really fancy coins, some cool gear, and then I think we just rested. I think it was the last thing that we did.
Yes, we needed a drastic rest.
Yeah.
Diego was pretty much, he was down. Oh, he was going to go down in another round.
Yeah, everybody was kind of hurting.
Mm-hmm. No spell slots left.
Okay. So, since you guys did decide to rest, I'm sure you're setting up watches, you did all your healings and restorations and everything in there as well. It's kind of dark down here, so you're going to set up a fire or whatever to do a campfire chat.
Can we tell ghost
probably
stories?
a good idea. Although I think, Thwip and Genny might be a little nervous about having more light down here. We're just ooh.
Not the lights again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Genny is human, so she needs the light because she has no dark vision at all. Also, what are we going to do with this giant carcass? Can we push it down that hole?
What giant carcass? You mean the color out of space? It just vanishes. There's no carcass or anything.
Oh, okay. I still see it on the map, so I thought it was just bleh, on the floor.
A light carcass?
It's now a shadow.
Of its former self.
Aren't we all So yeah, come on, everybody. We need to set up camp. So Genny is gonna reach into her bag and it's not a lot, but she's got to feed Pablo, so she's got like some rations for him to eat because he loves eating.
Once we have a campfire going and people are settling in, Diego will take a moment to scan the area to see if there's any signs of Pepper.
Give me a perception check.
Not good. 10. I think he sees nothing.
See nothing.
He feels somewhat safe about that.
You see the shadow of a cat, but then realize it's your shadow.
Also, you can stay that big forever, Diego?
No, when we rested, I go down in size.
Your refraction period?
Yes.
Yeah. That happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Well, I like the little semicircle you've made here. Semi-oval, I guess.
My friend, Porkchop, tell me, where do you come from?
So formal. So I, as Porkchop says, well, I'm from. Oh fuck! What was it called? I was about to call it the Wigwam.
The Mwangi expanse.
The Mwangi. Yeah. So Porkchop says. So I'm from the Mwangi expanse. So kind of far out of my way, but wherever the goddess leads me, that's where I've headed without any thought, without any hesitation. But essentially, wherever Thwip goes, that's where I'm headed to. What exactly brought you all here? What is it that y'all are doing way out here in this area?
We're all here for different reasons.
Well, I was looking for you, Porkchop, and I'm glad I found you.
Yes, well, the goddess leads me to in roundabout ways to guide you along the path, but I understand why you're here, Thwip. That is the agent of chaos that you are, but I am interested to hearing what it is that has brought us all here together.
Like I was saying, I am here to stop the Whispering Way. These are the people that are behind all of this. I mean, you saw the light monster, but that's just the tip of the... Did you see that lady upstairs who had the little beef jerky baby? She's all part of it. They're all part of it. And me and she pets Pablo. Right under the frill. Just because he can't reach it, so it feels real good when you itch it. Me and Pablo, we're going to stop them. We're not going to let them get any further.
Flip kind of leans over to Porkchop and he's like, "You gotta watch out for this one. She's a little spicy, but her little dino buddy, he's pretty cute."
And then Genny's going to say, "You know what? I heard that, and that's racist." Oh, because I'm the Latina. I'm the spicy one? No.
See what I mean?
Porkchop leans back, or leans towards Thwip and says, it sounds like they're trying to take out a cult. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing that I think, the goddess Serenray would have us endeavor to join. It sounds like this is our opportunity to show the goddess Serenray what it is that we're meant to be doing here.
Whoa. I don't know if we need to get involved in this. This sounds very low priority for, valor and earning prestige.
My friend, this cult apparently has my sister involved with it, which is not a good thing. This could be very, very dangerous, and we should put a stop to it. She cannot continue to go this far.
Yeah, this one, his sister, I think she's a stray or something. She wandered off from the family. I can't even tell.
But surely for taking out a cult, someone would be financially interested in putting an end to this, right?
Well, yes, the mayor has agreed to pay us for taking out this foundling issue that's going on.
Thwip leans in a little bit more. He's like, "Pay, you say?"
Yeah. Porkchop leans over and says, "Honor and gold, or glory and gold. That sounds like the right move for us. No, Thwip? We should really consider going with this, right?"
I'm not a no yet. Let's hear them out. And he looks over to Grubert. He's like, "This guy, now his dinosaur, that thing's a monster. It is great. You should see it in action."
Well, in order to see it in action, we would have to, kill a cult. Maybe we should consider killing cults so that we can see this dino in action.
Porkchop, you know how I feel about you turning my words against me.
You feel great about it, I can tell. And Porkchop just turns to the other three and says, "All right, I've convinced him. I think we're ready to join your group. Thank you for the invite. That's most gracious of you."
I don't remember inviting, but we could use the help. We're actually down a person right now, and having two in their place, that could help a lot. So thank you.
Yes, my friend. Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
Grubert leans over to Porkchop and says, "From what I've heard, I'm new to the group, but what I've heard, their group drops like flies, so be careful."
And Porkchop leans back and says, "Hey, I like flies. That's kind of my thing."
Fly joke right off the bat, I love it.
Yeah.
So where is the... I'm assuming y'all have heard some sort of information about where it is that... where your sister Pepper might be, or where this cult might be hanging out that we could take to and go and investigate additional beyond this, or what information do we have about where we should head next?
They're always on the move. I mean, we've been chasing them for a really long time.
So what was the last, I guess, location that y'all had heard as to their whereabouts?
This house.
So have we searched maybe like the entire house, or like scrubbed it for any additional clues, or I'm assuming y'all got here and started killing people with, what do you call them, baby chickens?
Reckless abandon?
Right. Beef jerky babies, that's what you called them. So have we taken the opportunity to investigate the house for any additional subtle hints as to where this cult may have headed off to next?
Not completely. I don't think we have.
See, I think we might just need to get back to the ship, Captain. This is, they don't know what they're doing.
Wait, I thought you were the captain.
No. We were just on the ship.
But I thought you were the captain of the ship.
Nuh-uh. We were just on a ship, and so I was trying to find him. We were two passengers on the ship.
Gotcha.
But your ship went down, didn't it?
Yes, but now that I found my Porkchop, we should maybe get the rest of the crew and find them. Although they were pretty inept. They steered right into those rocks during that storm.
Someone fell driver's ed.
They could be at the bottom of Lake
Titicaca?
In
Yeah.
Carthan.
In Carthan.
Well, I, as a cleric of the goddess Serenray, feel very compelled to assist you in this. So, if everyone's rested up, I suppose we could begin investigating and looking for any additional signs about this cult, right?
I mean, yeah. Oh, and then she's gonna lean over to Pablo. Oh my god, he's got like drive. Oh my god, the direction we've never had before.
Oh, Porkchop. I still want to hear from this guy.
Right. No, it's the will of the goddess just speaks into Porkchop's ear and says, you're going to have to, pursue this a little bit harder with them.
He looks at Thwip looks at
They
Grubert.
need
He's like,
guidance.
so you mentioned that they are dropping like flies. Why are you here with them?
I was just wondering, actually, and I heard a disturbance of a monstrous proportion. So I actually found them fighting and in really bad state, so I was helping them after one of their friends died.
So you sticking around, or
Yeah,
you want to come with me and Porkchop to look for this boat captain?
I mean, it's a good offer. I did hear that their dead friend, they put him in like a bag of holding or something. It was really weird.
Preserves the body.
They're just transporting dead bodies in bags. I don't know what's going on here.
Also, they had a baby. I would mention the baby that they took with them.
Oh, that's right. Joubert just ran off with a baby as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This crew is crazy. You want to get out of here, or?
I actually wind up convincing Keith to
Should we go
leave.
get some brews?
Right. Does anyone want to go get some ice cream?
Like Porkchop turns around and we're just gone. He's like, "Wait a what? What just happened?"
So you mentioned gold and possibly a little fame.
Yes, my friend. We must help the townspeople here by stopping this fostering that they're doing with their children. They're turning these children into, well, monsters.
So yeah, like
Chop
one
is
town
absolutely
over,
stunned.
it's all sorts of fucked up. One town over, what they're doing is they're taking their daughters and they are offering them to these fish people, and then the fish people marry them and turn them into monsters, and it's I don't know. We have a lot to do in this town to help set it right.
Porkchop. It reminds me of that time you ran off with that Duke's daughter. Boy, was he surprised.
Which time? Wait a minute. I very specifically remember that being you, and I had to come after your ass to rescue you out of that situation, and I, once again guide you back onto the path of Sarenrae. This was your don't project your history on me. This is not me in the least.
Porkchop sometimes has memory problems. We'll just
Okay, so if we are looking for any additional clues or evidence, I'm sorry, is it the Whispering Way that we're looking for?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so knowing that they're looking for evidence of the Whispering Way as to what maybe their next location is it possible to do like another search of just like the area or like specific, I guess, to the house or the area in regards to like we're looking for something like that?
So, I mean, Genny is going to pipe up and say, no, we're already way past that. We need to move forward because every second we waste, they're getting further and further away.
Oh, so you actually already know where they're headed then?
Well, I mean, we're going
Jenny
to the
likes
cave.
rushing into things.
Yes.
Jenny likes rushing into things. We're trying to find where they went, and that's what we're trying to find out now.
So I'm assuming as you're talking, you're showing all of the evidence that you have found so far to
Like
Thwip and
like
Porkchop,
letter.
correct?
Yeah.
So you've got the letter that
And this was the letter from Pepper, is that right? Is that
From
what
Pepper.
I'm recalling?
Yeah.
Okay.
written to one of the writers, saying to ask about Raven's Head. You also found evidence that there is underwater caves beneath the turn rocks that the scum are connected to. You have found evidence throughout this whole thing that Here, where all the scum have been residing, you have found the bodies of Whispering Way agents. So you've probably pieced together that the scum and the Whispering Way are connected. Those of you with knowledge religion, give me a knowledge religion roll.
Let's see. I know I have that.
As do I, my friend.
Let's see. Roll. Total of 21.
Nice. Anybody else to boost that?
Yeah, hold on just a second. Not a big boost. I got a 15.
It's enough to aid. Anybody else aiding?
I got a 19 on religion.
Okay. So that will boost that to a 25. Nice. Porkchop, and all of your studies through religion, you've heard of the Whispering Way and the Whispering Tyrant, and you know that there's a ritual involved with resurrecting the Whispering Tyrant that involves creating the Carrion Crown. And Raven's Head is a piece of the Carrion Crown.
Gotcha. So in my sudden of insight being like, oh, the Whispering Way, I actually do remember that. And so I go ahead and relay this information to them that the Raven's Head is related to the Carrion Crown, which is needed for the resurrection of, you said the Whispering Tyrant?
Yes.
Gotcha. So I go ahead and relay that information to them as well. So real quick, the Raven's Head, Gary, you're saying that's an item needed for the Carrion Crown in order to resurrect? Okay, so it's not like a place.
An item. No. Raven's Head is an item.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pepper is involved with that, so that's why Diego is looking for signs of Pepper. And to protect his friends.
So does that letter actually detail anything about, like, you know, it said something along the lines of ask about the Raven's Head, but does it say anything about, like, where someone might find the Raven's Head, or, you know, how, you know, where does it, like, obviously if the Whispering Way is pursuing the Raven's Head, then we need to sort of beat the Whispering Way to the Raven's Head and potentially claim it before they do, right? Does the letter say anything about that, or?
No, it was a very small strip of paper that was kind of in with. They had another artifact that they had exchanged, and it was in with the crate of that.
So, do we need to go to the town and ask anybody if they know where that is, or know of it?
I mean, I would vote to press on instead of going backwards.
Do we know where to press on to?
I mean, just follow the cave?
Give me just a general knowledge, or just a wisdom check. Just D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Are you asking everyone in the group?
3.
19.
Diego goes with a 13.
And I have 16.
16. Not the wisest group. But Grubert, with your 19, you've pieced together, again, that Whispering Way is after Raven's Head. They may have had it, but you don't know for sure. The scum have been killing the Whispering Way. You know of these underwater tunnels beneath the turn rocks where the scum reside. So that might be where you need to search.
Gotcha.
So
you're saying the scum have been killing the Whispering Way, so they're clearly not fans, right? So they might know more about where the Whispering Way currently is, or where they're headed?
Possibly.
Interesting.
You know, I'm beginning to think that Captain may not have been as inept as I thought. It was turn rocks. They might have been sabotaged.
It also didn't help that you were trying to yank the steering wheel away from him to lean into those rocks. So, you know, let's not necessarily undercut the captain's efforts there.
Told you he didn't know where he was going.
Okay, so Grubert then will tell the gang, I think we need to get to the bottom of the scum problem, and then maybe that'll help us find the Whispering Way.
Perhaps, my friends, we need to take a look at these caves underneath the turn rocks.
Yes, I also agree. My goddess intuition is whispering to me that the caves are where we need to head as well. I'm all in favor for that plan of action.
He's just getting like text from the goddess.
Right.
You up?
I love it.
It's actually faxes.
She's an old goddess.
So I think in the morning we should actually, let's press on, but we gotta figure out the watch. I could take first watch.
If it's nighttime, I actually have night vision of some sort, so I don't mind taking the first watch. Or whichever one has the most darkness that y'all don't want to accommodate.
Well, I think we're in a cave, so I think we'll be...
It's dark no matter what.
Right.
And Genny wants to take the first watch so she can actually sleep through the rest of the night. So
Oh, okay. But she needs that beauty sleep.
she needs the beauty sleep and she needs the spell sleep so she can rest up for her spells.
Yes, everyone except elves, I believe, needs at least 8 hours of sleep to regain their spell slots and everything.
My understanding in the duration of last session was that we had already rested the full amount.
Yeah,
We were going
you will be
Okay.
resting the full amount. This is
Okay.
kind of the jumping back into what happened while you were setting
Gotcha.
up.
Okay.
rest.
Gotcha.
So Jenny's already putting her hair in curlers. She's got her mud mask on. Pablo's got one too.
It looks amazing.
Okay. So I guess, who wants to do second watch?
Well, we can skip through that because nothing happens
Okay.
overnight.
Oh, I
with the
thought we were
watches.
gonna get a wandering monster.
Oh.
Do you really want a wandering monster?
I say you won't be able to recover your spells that way.
Right.
It's true.
Do you want another wandering light to come through?
No, just like-
absolutely not.
It's like a quick little griffin or something.
Just a little baby dragon.
Those can still
How
fuck you
about a
up.
salamander with just
Yeah.
2 experience points?
That's about our speed.
The slug spawn that we're missing before come after you.
Yeah.
They went through the
Okay.
phase door. They found you. All right, so you make it through the evening uneventfully, setting up your watches and everything. Nothing happens. You are fully rested and recovered.
Time out. Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
So we're all done and rested?
All done and rested. Everything's recovered. What is the plan?
Well, it sounded like. Sorry, I'm drawing blanks on names. Diego and Grubert, thank you. We're wanting to explore more into the caves, so if we wanted to head that way.
More into the current caves that you're in. You can do so. There's only one little section left to the west. Here, after you exit out of this part, there's only one tunnel down here to go down. This passage winds through the earth for, you can tell it goes on for miles. There are about halfway down its length, the tunnel starts to fill with water. And you would need some means of water breathing to continue through because it completely floods the tunnels here.
Can Porkchop breathe underwater?
I actually don't know.
Probably good at swimming, but I don't think he has skills.
You say that, but my swim skill is actually -1.
Oh, what?
So,
Really good at climbing.
Right.
He likes being up in the trees, not in
It's
the
a
water.
tree frog, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I didn't mean to assume that you could breathe just because you're an amphibian.
Way to
You
assume.
called me racist earlier.
Diego does have that potion of water breathing.
I think, doesn't Keith have a helm of water breathing or something?
No, we gave it to Diego.
Yeah, Diego has the helm of water breathing.
I will tell you that going through these tunnels, they just go on for miles. It's a maze. And you don't know where you're heading.
Okay.
So,
Perhaps we should find the caves beneath the rocks, the turn rocks.
Yeah. That's where the scum will be, and that maybe will be our answers.
Wait, hold on. You mean we didn't even have to fight this monster? We could have just left it alone?
mm-hmm.
In the
You're
words
the
of
one
Genny,
that chose to go down there.
It was calling to us.
Yeah.
Save my beef jerky, baby.
Okay, so I'm assuming with that being said, you kind of explore a little bit. You look where you can. You don't see anywhere to go. It's flooded, so you head back out the way you came in.
Absolutely.
Show up.
Yes.
Yes, but Jenny's mad the whole way. What else is new?
As you are heading out of the cave, Porkchop, give me a perception check.
Perception check. Skills. Sorry, I'll get there, guys. Here we go. 22. I'm sorry, 28.
28. As you're walking, you see something shiny on the ground.
I would love to investigate that shininess. It seems important to Porkchop.
As you do get closer to this shiny object, you realize that it is in the shape of a card.
I pick up the card and take a gander at it.
You pick up the card and look at it, and this fog just starts to kind of spiral around the room as you look at it.
Oh, Porkchop, what'd you do now?
And as the spiraling fog just kind of gets bigger around the room, you hear a voice that's not Saren Ray. It says, Yes. You will do nicely. You will guide my children and still serve your goddess. But you may need some help along the way. Take this as a thank you for keeping them in line. And as she speaks, the card that was just like this card-shaped form of light solidifies into the juggler. The juggler is a keys card. It's a keys card that represents destiny, deities, and those who play with the fates of others. And as a reminder, the keys cards, you are able to turn that in to take your turn immediately. So you can jump in the initiative order.
Ooh, that's going to come in handy. You're going to save life.
That sounds very Porkchop.
That's right.
Very cool. So I feel overwhelmed with the deity bestowing me this gift, and I very gratefully and respectfully tuck the card away in was it like a little pocket inside my garb for safekeeping.
Does he recognize the deity's voice?
Give me a knowledge religion.
Ooh, good question. Let's see. Do knowledge religion. Roll. 22.
You would recognize from it being a female voice, the swirling smoke, the gray color, that this is the goddess Pharasma.
And with that being known, I say a prayer directly to the goddess Pharasma and thank her for her gift and ask that she guide us on our way.
Are you familiar with the
Ray.
goddess Pharasma and her bone throne?
Me, the player, I am not.
Wait, Bone Throne?
Oh, you don't know about
Is
the
this
bone
it?
throne?
Is this another like S4 thing that we're talking about, or is this
Yes, totally.
right? Is that before or after the furry convention there? No, fill me in on the Bone Throne.
I don't know. She just has a throne of bones that she sits upon.
Gotcha.
She does.
Okay.
She's known as the Lady of Graves, Lady of Mysteries, Mother of Souls, the Grey Lady, the Survivor. She is a neutral goddess. Her primary focus is the cycle of life and death. So things like the undead she feels are unnatural because that goes against the cycle of life and death.
Gotcha.
So she is very invested in stopping the Whispering Way.
R.I.P. Cabal.
Yes. All right. So you now have your hero card that can be used. You've met Pharasma, so you know there's more than just your goddess out there that's talking to you. How does that make Porkchop feel to know that he now has two goddesses talking to him?
Well, he knows that Saren Ray sort of views like other deities in sort of like a very like yes or no sort of situation where it's like if you're a god of evil, very clearly on the no side, like we're not doing that. But if you're neutral, she's like, all right, well, as long as you're not straight up evil, I'm okay with you. So Porkchop feels a little bit of ambiguity about how to feel with a second deity speaking to him, but ultimately knows that Saren Ray is not necessarily opposed to it and sort of more or less welcomes the addition to oppose evil. So
Very good. Okay. So after all of those events happen, you continue out of the caves, out of the house, probably heading back toward Ilmarsh. As you're going, I'm sure you're starting to think that these underwater tunnels beneath Lake Incarthen and these turn rocks, Lake Incarthen's really deep. So you might have ways to breathe underwater, but do you have anything to withstand the pressure?
yeah, do we have a submarine built by someone who ignores safety regulations that we could hire to take us down there?
Oh,
Is that a little bit too on the nose? A little bit too topical?
y'all might know some old inventor in town that has maybe made a submersible.
I have a
His
question
name
about
is
the
Elon
horse.
Musk? No.
No.
Yeah.
No. So that horse that we let go on the property to
Mhm.
run free and eat, how's he doing?
He's much better now. He's healed back up because he's had time to actually eat. He's not fully healed. He still needs a couple more days to heal back up, but he's thriving.
Are we taking with, or is he just like the wild horse of this?
He shall be free
Property.
and wild.
I mean, you could take him into town if you wanted to, or you can just leave him to roam the property wild.
He should be free and wild.
Gary, you're
To
muted.
break free.
Diego
That's
likes
it.
the animals running free.
I feel like he's gonna get eaten if he's out here by himself.
I mean, at least take him to somebody who can take care of horses.
Yeah. So I mean, a horse by itself is, I don't know, seems like easy prey.
Well,
Perhaps you are right, my friend. I will take it into town. Come with me, horse.
Taking it to the glue factory in town.
Chaubert actually took it already. He stole it.
Actually, that wouldn't surprise me if Chaubert actually took it.
He doesn't get that baby back.
All right, retcon. Chaubert took the horse.
So yeah. So Y'all heading straight to the Turn Rocks? You heading to go collect your money from the mayor? You heading to get the submersible from the old inventor dude?
Do we
I think
have
we should-
everything that we need
Horace
to collect
Poon.
our money? Any evidence that we need to bring back, or
Right? Do we need to bring back like a severed head of a beef jerky baby, or like are we?
Yeah. the Ziploc bag with the
One shrunken head.
I mean, we could take that whole crazy lady with her beef jerky baby.
Do you know how expensive beef jerky is too?
Think of a whole baby sized.
That's actually what the mayor is
Yeah.
paying for. He's paying 5,000 gold for beef jerky.
Jerky babies.
Baby's teriyaki style.
And this is why we have an explicit rating.
We've gone off the rails.
And this is also what happens when we record late. All right.
No, I think Diego would definitely say that we should return to the mayor, collect our fee, and talk to the inventor to see if we can find a passage to the caves.
Also, I think we should talk to maybe a magic shop, maybe get some water breathing potions or scrolls or something.
I was gonna say we just came into a lot of money, so let's go spend it.
Shopping montage.
Trying on outfits.
Yeah.
Y'all have made friends with the gift shop lady in town.
It's true.
All right, so heading to the mayor's office first, or somewhere else first.
Yeah,
Mayor's office first,
Get the
collect
money
the
first.
cash.
All right. So you go to see Mayor Greedle to go collect your reward. But when you get to his office, he's not there. And the entire office looks like it has been rifled through, and there's stuff everywhere.
Well, Thwip's about to get to do some more rifling to find that 5,000 Eoses.
And as you look more and more, you start to realize that there are signs here of a struggle. And we'll see you next time.
There you go.
Oh, my friends, I think we have a problem with the mayor. We must go and rescue him now.
Yeah, we got to. We want that $5,000, man.